Independent views, a content clarification disclaimer, a legal disclaimer from the creator.
Viewer discretion is advised. An advanced notice. A trigger warning from the creator.
Introduction. Let's dive deep into understanding the essence of life. When we speak of life, we're looking at 1. The unique qualities that set living entities apart from inanimate objects, like the ability to grow, reproduce, adapt, and eventually face the inevitable, death. 2. The individual journey of every human or creature from birth to end. 3. The span between the first breath and the last of an entity, especially humans. So when we ponder the profound question, what is the meaning of life? We're really exploring the purpose of our very existence. This query branches out into an intricate web of questions. Why are we conscious beings? What's the reason behind our tangible experiences? What's the grand design, if any, for our presence? Who or what is behind our creation? What's our origin story? And what might be our final destination? All these whirlwind thoughts spiral from that one central age-old enigma. What truly is the meaning of our lives?
Chapter 1. Personal Stance on Life's Meaning. In the grand tapestry of existence, the age-old question looms large. What truly is the meaning of life? While my stance may echo the sentiments of many, a candid, I'm uncertain. To put it simply, I don't know the meaning of life. I wish I did. At least I think I want to know. Not knowing, if knowing, will give me the fulfillment that I think it would. One thing I do know is, there's a natural allure to the quest for understanding. Now I must pose the question if anyone truly knows the meaning of life. This may be a projection, but I truly believe that no one does. I do not believe that anyone knows what we are here for, our true purpose, how we got here, or why we are here. There are only those that attempt to answer those unanswered questions through alchemy, witchcraft, sorcery, magic, science, religion, or spirituality. And there are doctrines that detail paths one must take to become enlightened and get those questions answered. However, I don't believe anyone truly knows, and that all these doctrines are full of man-made stories and opinions, not actual facts. At least not any that can be proven, only theories and opinions that one must have faith in. Despite the countless doctrines and spiritual systems charting pathways to enlightenment, I don't think that any truly offers any verifiable truths, but are merely tales and theories born of human endeavor. The invitation here is not to find definitive answers, but to revel in the exploration and the shared curiosity that binds us all. Navigating through the vast maze of philosophies, spiritual practices, and scientific theories, one quickly realizes the complexity of the question at hand. This journey of seeking life's meaning often becomes a reflection of our innermost desires, fears, and aspirations. It's like trying to capture the essence of a mirage, always mysterious, always shifting. Some find comfort in accepting established beliefs, while others relentlessly question every premise, forever alternating between hope and skepticism. Perhaps the beauty lies not in finding a definitive answer, but in the pursuit itself. In the stories we craft, the dialogues we engage in, and the personal growth that arises from wrestling with such profound uncertainties. Chapter 2. Defining your own purpose. Within the intricate dance of existence, I don't assert to hold the definitive map to life's purpose. But I've come to understand that life, in its unscripted beauty, often is a canvas awaiting our strokes. A realm where meaning isn't imposed, but self-crafted. Perhaps it's not about seeking a profound or divine directive, but recognizing profoundness in simplicity. It's in the breath of everyday living, in the sweet rhythm of awareness and the myriad experiences that sculpt us. Basically, life can be what you make of it, what you make out of it, and choosing to give it meaning, whatever meaning you desire of it, instead of letting other people assign a meaning for you. And just know, it doesn't have to be a divine meaning or a complex one. It could be simple as life is about living, about having an experience, about being conscious and aware of yourself and your surroundings, about having an experience, lifelong experiences, about comprehending those experiences and learning from them, about becoming aware of knowledge, comprehending that knowledge, remembering that comprehended knowledge, applying it to make your life easier, and repeating to become a master of it, a master of your individual experience, then teaching it to others, presenting your comprehension of your experiences to others, passing down that knowledge, and teaching and encouraging all to continually seek out better ways of doing things and come up with new ideas instead of sticking with what worked for a previous generation, as what worked for one generation may not work for the next. And this is why religions evolve, even though they are not supposed to, as the Bible and other doctrines are supposed to be set in stone. And this is why I'm not religious, as to follow Christianity today as it is written would not be socially acceptable. Getting back to purpose. Purpose, in its purest form, is a deeply personal compass, guiding our decisions, actions, and reflections. As diverse as humanity itself, purpose varies from individual to individual, shaped by experiences, beliefs, aspirations, and the context in which we find ourselves. While some find relief and direction in doctrines and external beliefs, others carve their paths by introspection and self-awareness. There's no right or wrong when defining one's purpose, only authenticity. In a rapidly evolving world, it's crucial to remember that our purpose can be fluid, changing with life's seasons and challenges. It isn't about reaching a static destination, but rather a continual journey of understanding oneself better, evolving, and redefining our place in the vast tapestry of existence. Embrace the freedom to decide what life means to you and let that purposeful understanding be the wind beneath your wings, propelling you towards experiences, growth, and contentment. Chapter 3: Echoes of Eternity. Mankind's quest for spiritual meaning. Throughout history, man has attempted to answer life's most mysterious questions, and through those attempts birthed spiritual systems and religious doctrines. Detailing what they've found, conclusions they've come to or discovered, and laying out a path that worked for them to get to those conclusions. And that has birthed many creation stories, many gods, goddesses, many creators, and many deities. And many successful kingdoms or nations had their own stories, beliefs, and systems that worked for them, which attempted to give life purpose and meaning through their perception of life. And for those that followed, they lived their life through the lens and perception of others. Ancient spiritual systems and doctrines, rich in tradition and wisdom, have left their mark on human civilization, shaping art, philosophy, governance, and personal ethics. Different cultures, separated by time and geography, have constructed their unique narratives, capturing their understanding of life and existence. Whether it's the Greek myths that tried to explain the mysteries of nature and human behavior, the deep philosophical reflections in Eastern traditions like Buddhism and Taoism, or the Abrahamic faiths dictating moral codes, they all were man's earnest endeavors to grasp the ungraspable. This diversity in understanding underscores not just our innate desire to find meaning, but also the multitude of ways in which humans have approached this universal quest. It serves as a reminder that there are myriad paths to explore, countless tales to hear, and numerous perspectives to consider when delving into life's great enigma. However, these ancient religions and spiritual systems, while rich in cultural and historical significance, carried certain practices and beliefs that today are viewed with skepticism and concern. One of the most contentious was the ritual of blood sacrifice. In many early religious systems, both animals and, in some extreme cases, humans, were offered as sacrifices to appease deities, seek favour, or avert calamities. Such rituals were born out of a perceived need to maintain a balance with the divine or natural forces. Yet they may have perpetuated cycles of violence and were possibly grounded in fear rather than understanding. Moreover, the reliance on blood sacrifice underscored a transactional relationship with the divine, suggesting that the gods could be placated or satisfied with offerings. Offerings that may have, in certain societies, normalized violence and the devaluation of life, casting shadows over the more enlightened teachings these ancient religions may have also offered.
Chapter 4. Critiques on Religion and Contemplation of Afterlife. The ultimate enigma remains our existential purpose. While I may not possess the key to that mystery, I firmly believe in savoring the present. Should another realm await beyond this life, our current journey might be the training ground. So, if there is something after this life could possibly prepare us for what is to come. Alternatively, if this is all there is, it's still a cosmic marvel. I accept the possibility that there may not be anything after this life. I accept the possibility of ceasing to exist after this life. Whatever the case, rather there's a divine purpose for my life or not. It doesn't make my life meaningless, no matter where this life takes me. Meaning no matter if I end up in heaven, hell, if I cease to exist, if I am resurrected in another form of life, if I am transported to another form of reality, or if I go back to my dream state. I'm going to cherish my time while I'm here, and not be overly concerned with what happens after this life ends, mostly because we won't know what awaits us until it ends. So, whether I'm destined for ethereal planes, reincarnations, or the profound silence of finality, I choose to embrace the now, reveling in life's unpredictable tapestry without being bound by concerns of life's eventual curtain fall. After all, the certainties of the beyond remain the exclusive domain of those who've crossed that threshold. Meaning, no one knows what is next until this life ends. No one can experience death until they die. No one can be certain of an afterlife until after their life. But don't get me wrong. It's okay to prepare for a possible afterlife, but it is also important to live life knowing that it's possible that there's nothing after. And I know that's scary. The possibility of ceasing to exist, not being conscious, not being able to think, no form of existence, to not exist, etc. But it's a definite possibility. However, in the symphony of existence, it's understandable for one to seek assurance for what lies beyond the final curtain. The unsettling thought of an absolute end, an eternity of void, is daunting to many. Yet, this fear of non-existence, oddly, can be more comforting than the concept of an eternal torment. Meaning, I'd prefer to think of that than hell, being truly at peace and ceasing to exist, rather than spending an eternity suffering. So, for a Christian, their afterlife results in two paths. Both give an afterlife, neither leading to a non-existence, which is why religions work for some. It always ends in a form of continued existence, a form of life after death. As Christian destinations are set, either heaven or hell. Their journeys are set as well. If they follow a particular path on their journey, they believe they'll have a favorable outcome, and if they don't, they won't. Chapter 5. The Journey of Spiritual Exploration. As I've journeyed, I've decided to unshackle from all religions and spiritual infrastructures. I've decided to move away from doctrines and all spiritual systems. Like many, I've decided to take a different path. However, I will never bash any religion or spiritual system intentionally, nor do I want to strip anyone of their beliefs or stray from their desired path, as it is a crutch to some, a coveted guideline, a predetermined path in their journey of enlightenment. And I don't want to take away from anyone what I've put down in an attempt to lift myself up, which is what some former Christians do. And that's selfish, as some ex-believers take it upon themselves to demean what once gave them solace, a gesture I find self-serving. My intention is to share my narrative without disrupting another's, as I'm only here to discuss my path and not attempt to stray anyone from theirs. As I once considered myself a Christian, but I never consented to what my parents forced upon me, making me go to church, threatening punishment if I didn't go, promising a life of misery and afterlife of torture if I didn't do everything they and the Bible asked, threatening Satan's wrath on me because of my disobedience of them or the Bible, what they vigorously presented in front of me, the teachings of the Bible, the script of Christianity enforced upon me in youth never resonated. As I matured and was old enough to think for myself and make my own decisions, I carved my own path, much to my parents' dismay. However, I chose my own path, and not the one they laid before me. But it's my life to live, and I accept that I may be living it wrong, and that my parents could have been right all along, which means my rejection of their doctrine and indoctrination can lead to an actual hell. But it's my unfavorable afterlife to live, and I accept that possibility. Chapter 6, emphasizing the journey over the destination. As I'm journeying through life, I'm realizing what many before me have, that it's not really about the ending destination, but about the journey. And while experiencing this journey of life, you realize that it's a marathon, not a sprint, but a marathon with highs, lows, and revelations that transcend religious denominations. Ultimately, life's voyage isn't solely about the final harbor, but the voyage itself, and it will be a long-driven and lasting, challenging journey. And in this lifelong journey, there will be hurdles and obstacles. There will be challenges that you must face regardless of what path you follow. Rather you follow a religious path, a spiritual path, or an atheist path. You will experience success and failures in your pursuit of happiness. Meaning Christians question their faith at times, and former Christians questions their lack of faith at times. Embracing this journey requires acknowledging that perfection is a myth and that growth is often birthed from imperfections. Each step we take, each decision we make, every triumph and defeat adds layers to our story, shaping our character and defining who we are. The true essence of our journey is not measured by the milestones we reach, but by the lessons learned, relationships nurtured, and self-awareness gained along the way. Life isn't a linear path. It's a tapestry of experiences, woven together with threads of joy, sorrow, love, and loss. As we navigate this complex tapestry, it becomes evident that it's the journey, with all its unpredictability and beauty, that truly matters. The destination, while important, is but a fleeting moment in the grand tapestry of our existence. It's the stories we collect, the memories we create, and the person we become along the way that holds lasting value.
Chapter 7, Discovering the Divine Purpose. Within. In this life, we all, seemingly, pursue happiness, while having an earthly experience, while surviving, making a living, experiencing life with others that are living, and journeying through something we don't truly understand, traveling down paths that were given to us in a body that we didn't create, living a life not knowing the true purpose of, rather divine or an accident. Rather, we are the result of an accidental Big Bang, or creations of a divine supreme consciousness, being or beings, or creations of energetic beings that created this material world for their own personal gain, feeding off the energy we generate. Who knows? So, with all that being said, is there a divine purpose? Truth is, I don't know, nor does 99%, possibly all, of people living seeking the answer. If there is a divine purpose, most, if not all, of us are unaware of it, as most of us go through life trying to figure it out, and most of us eventually will think we have found our purpose, only to give up on it and seek another one. Going from religion to religion, then to another spiritual system like spirituality, which is becoming more and more like religion every day. Then some will try ufology, which is the study and belief in aliens, which can be a type of doctrine as well, like the people of Gaia and the History Channel with the ancient alien theorists, from the teachings of Erich von Däniken to those of Zecharia Sitchin, pushing ancient Sumerian spiritual systems, being very Eurocentric, to the black teachers teaching African spirituality, Dr. Ben and Dr. John Henrik Clarke, being very Afrocentric, studying ancient Egypt, pushing ancient African spiritual Kemetic systems. Amidst this maze of beliefs and doctrines, the quest for a divine purpose often becomes deeply personal, with each individual forging their unique path in search of answers. The diverse tapestry of human beliefs, from ancient mythologies to contemporary cosmic theories, underscores our innate desire to connect with something larger than ourselves. It's a reflection of our yearning to find meaning, purpose, and a sense of belonging in this vast universe. Whether it's through age-old spiritual practices or cutting-edge scientific exploration, the journey to discover the divine, or the essence of our existence, is a testament to the depth and complexity of the human spirit. It serves as a reminder that while we may not have all the answers, the very act of seeking, questioning, and exploring is a purpose in itself. Chapter 8. Letting others define your purpose. Externally. I've listened to countless spiritual and historical teachings for years. I've listened to pastors, spiritual leaders, gurus, historians, and many social media influencers speak on purpose, and it's exhausting. It's really getting annoying at this point, honestly. People giving their opinions as facts, speaking on things as if they can prove it, instead of it only being what they believe. A lot of these people bash religion, but only preach faith-based, heavily biased doctrine, which are full of ideas, beliefs, and conspiracy theories that they can't prove, but yet have undying faith in, like ufology, ancient alien theory, the ancient Sumerian, Egyptian, Greece, and Roman belief systems, and many more. All are types of religions or faith-based belief systems, in my honest opinion. Even cardiology, astrology, etc., all based on someone's perception of what was left by our ancestors, all being adopted in a form of religious doctrine and sold to us in a capitalistic system. All of these faith-based systems sell knowledge to their followers, knowledge of their divine purpose. Faith-based capitalist systems, seemingly fueled by our question of our existence, or journey to find a purpose, our curiosity, our awareness of ourself, as if dark forces only gave us consciousness to profit from it. We know we have humans profiting from it, but what if divine beings also created us for their selfish reasons, having created us as fuel, energetic food to feed on? Have you ever explored that possibility? The possibility of our creator or creators not being divine, but maleficent. Think of a possibility of light energetic and dark energetic beings that all feed off our energy. Who knows what's really going on? Who knows our true purpose? That's if we even have one. But don't get me wrong, I believe there is a definite reason for our existence, but for whatever reason, that purpose isn't given to us by our creator or creators, but rather by other creations, humans. However, there are predetermined paths that we can choose to follow, all seemingly controlled by capitalism. Rather you follow Christianity or ufology, Joel Osteen or Suguru. Rather you follow T.D. Jakes or Billy Carson. All above paths lead to an energetic monetary exchange between you and them. and I once followed similar paths in my journey of enlightenment, journeying through life seeking answers to all my lifelong questions. And these doctrines don't really guide you anywhere spiritually. They were created to assign you a purpose or give you the illusion that you've discovered one for yourself. But that's only an earthly, physical purpose, not a spiritual, divine one, meaning you are guided down a path that will help you get the resources to survive, physically, to make an honest living. As it is only a path that you are guided to take that will attempt to answer your questions about your purpose, while never truthfully, scientifically, or factually answering them. They are answered by giving you faith and belief, not actuality or reality, not practicality, but just good feeling, thought-provoking, and intriguing answers to your many questions about your purpose and spirituality. Truth is, I don't think anyone knows our divine purpose. Not your parents, your pastor, the Pope, your favorite celebrity, the elite, or anyone in the 1%. Not a Buddhist monk, not your favorite YouTube spiritual guru, not your favorite spiritual leader, or anyone. For whatever reason, that knowledge is lost to us. That's if we ever had it at all. We have hundreds of religions and millions of preachers, pastors, and priests that teach these religious doctrines that attempt to answer these lifelong, unanswered questions, with religious doctrines only being spiritual guidelines that were created for people to live by. For example, Christianity. For one to follow Christianity is to try to live a righteous life as Jesus did, attempting to take the path he took, which I do not think is what real spirituality should be. Personally, I do not want to be like Christ, take the path he took, or live the life he lived. The belief of these monolithic ideas of one God and only one way to live is misguiding millions down paths that mostly benefit the chosen few people that are in control of them. While the followers feel they are mostly benefiting emotionally and spiritually, the leaders are benefiting financially and physically. By leaders, I mean pastors, bishops, the Pope, YouTube pastors, social media ministers, or organizations like the Catholic Church, the government, corporations, and whoever controls the masses through these man-made doctrines. With most of these doctrines being very difficult or impossible to follow or truly live by, and all promote capitalism. Honestly, I do not want to have faith in someone who I have never seen or met, or follow an ancient system that worked for people who no longer exist, or follow a system that doesn't benefit all who follow it financially, resourcefully, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Chapter 9. Soulful Sovereignty. Crafting Your Unique Spiritual Odyssey. To me, the essence of spirituality is really about the relationship you have with yourself and the universe, not a doctrine or a set of rules that someone else has laid out for you. Always remember, you have the right to choose your own path, make your own decisions, and define your own spirituality. In a world often defined by temporal pursuits and immediate gratifications, the quest to understand one's purpose can seem like a distant concept, a mythical whisper amidst the harshness of life's demands. Yet, deep within each of us lies a longing, a persistent tug that summons us towards a greater calling, a mission that transcends the boundaries of our dull existences. Embracing this path is not merely about acknowledging the idea of a purpose, but actively seeking it out amidst life's numerous distractions. It is about discerning the subtle pushes of the universe, those quiet moments of clarity when everything seems to align, and recognizing them as signals on our spiritual journey. However, this path to spiritual awakening isn't paved with gold and often demands from us a determination that can be hard to muster. It's easy to be swayed by the opinions of others, by the societal norms, and the expectations placed upon use. Every religion, philosophy, and way of life proposes its own roadmap to fulfillment and enlightenment. And while these paths may offer guidance, comfort, and community, it is crucial to remember that one's personal spiritual journey is as unique as one's fingerprint. The experiences, challenges, joys, and revelations are uniquely ours and are meant to shape our relationship with the universe in a deeply personal way. It's not uncommon to find ourselves at crossroads, wrestling with questions of faith, belief, and purpose. The world today is a combination of contrasting ideologies and beliefs, each competing for our allegiance. But spirituality is not about choosing sides or following a preordained set of beliefs. It's about forging a relationship with the universe based on mutual respect, understanding, and love. Seek guidance, by all means. Listen to the teachings of the wise and the experiences of those who have walked before you. But remember to listen to your own heart, to the stirrings of your own soul. For within you may lie a universe of answers waiting to be discovered. Your spiritual Odyssey is a journey inward as much as it is outward, as the treasures you seek may be buried deep within. So, let go of the fear of getting it wrong. Release the chains of dogma and doctrine. Step forward with an open heart and an open mind. And finally, accept that you may never receive the answers that you seek. But I've learned that you should embrace the experiences along the journey, as some lifelong questions can only be answered in death. And this brings forth the profound realization that existence is intertwined with mysteries that might remain elusive in our mortal realm. Many cultures and philosophies believe that the true nature of our being, the answers to our deepest queries, and the culmination of our spiritual journeys lie beyond the veil of life. This perspective can be both daunting and comforting. Daunting because it signifies that certain truths might remain forever out of reach during our lifetimes, and comforting because it assures us that death is not an end, but perhaps a gateway to greater understanding. This notion challenges us to live with purpose, embrace the unknown, and find solace in the idea that death might be the key to unlocking life's most enigmatic riddles. However, as some lifelong questions can only be answered in death, we grapple with the profound idea that perhaps our consciousness ceases after our final breath, plunging us into an abyss of non-existence. Such a perspective can evoke a mixture of apprehension and liberation. The possibility that death might not be a gateway to another realm, but rather the end of consciousness as we know it, is unsettling to many. It challenges the comforting tales of afterlives and reunions beyond the grave. Yet, this very notion also emphasizes the sheer preciousness of our current existence. If death is truly the end, with no sequel or encore, then every moment we experience becomes even more invaluable. Instead of awaiting answers in an uncertain hereafter, this perspective prompts us to seek meaning, joy, and understanding now, within the confines of our fleeting lives, accepting that our finality might be the ultimate answer to life's greatest mystery.
Conclusion. In conclusion, I don't know the meaning of life, and I question anyone that claims that they do. With religions, there's a certain mold for spirituality, a particular path that all must tread to find purpose, enlightenment, and salvation. But I believe that the true nature of spirituality is fluid and unique to each individual. Each of us has a personal journey to undertake, with its own lessons, challenges, and moments of enlightenment. Our life is like a canvas, and the meaning of life, or lack thereof, provides the paintings with which we can create our masterpiece. Every belief, every doctrine, every faith is just a different shade of paint. Some choose to paint with the vibrant colors of a particular religion or doctrine, while others mix and blend to find the shade that resonates most with them. What if the ultimate divine purpose is simply to create, to experience, to learn and evolve, to understand and coexist, to love and be loved? Maybe the point isn't to find the one true meaning, but to create meaning in every moment we're given. Remember, even within chaos and uncertainty, there lies beauty. The beauty of choice, the beauty of freedom, and the beauty of creating our own unique path. Embrace the ambiguity, embrace the journey, and most importantly, embrace yourself and your own truths. At the end of the day, it's not about finding the right path or the right belief. It's about finding your path, your belief. It's about understanding that each of us has a unique journey and a unique purpose. Our paths might cross, they might run parallel, or they might diverge entirely. And that's okay. What's important is that we walk them with integrity, love, and a sense of wonder. Life's too short to be lived on someone else's terms. So, let's celebrate our individuality, our shared experiences, and our collective quest for meaning. Let's embrace the mystery, the wonder, and the infinite possibilities that come with simply being alive. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. I truly value each and every perspective, so please do share your thoughts below. Together, let's keep the conversation going, building a community where we uplift, challenge, and inspire one another. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep living your truth.
Disclaimer, a disclaimer for our past voyage. A special message from the Creator.
Adventurous Alert. Dare to dive in. A trigger. Warning from the Creator.